to the stream, and then good evening. So welcome to another fabulous edition of the Stoner Sports Report with me, Scott. Dude to my right is Skunky. Hey, I got to start off with, because it's just cracking me up. MJ got this, and it's cool. Got one of those cool pads for the dog because it's so hot. You know how you put water in it, I think it is, and then it's it's cooler. Okay.
Yeah.
So she said, hey, when you do your sports report, just put the mat down by the chair, and he's laying 2 inches away from it. He's laying on the floor, and if he just moved 2 inches, he'd be laying on it.
We got a mascot?
Huh?
Do we have a mascot?
Do we have a mask?
Mascot.
Do we have a mascot? Yeah, you know what? Tula could be a mascot.
There you go.
Yeah, in fact, hey, this is yeah, you know what? I'm gonna grab him. You're right. All right, come here, buddy.
Yeah, we even got it.
All right, come here.
WTHC, the Stoner
Okay.
mascot.
All right, bring that back. Where are we? Okay. All right.
Yep.
You see, the boy's even got a mohawk. You see his mohawk?
Yeah.
Look at that hawk, you guys. Okay. His name is Tulo, Tulo. Do you know why his name is Tulo?
No.
Because I named him after Troy Tulowitzki. Remember Tulo?
No.
Played. Oh, okay. Played shortstop for the Rockies for a very long time. He was so popular that I'll do my best version.
He's
so popular that they used to do this. When he come up to the plate, they go, Tulo, and then they just do it over and over while he was at the plate. So since I named him Tulo, within about a month was when the season started. I set him next to the TV, and I gotta tell you, dude, that dog thought there were 38,000 people clapping and going Tulo. So yeah, I think he's a great addition. I think he could definitely be a mascot. He is 16 years old though, so he's been there, done that.
Right. So, dude, I guess we ought to start with Jerry West passing.
That was sad. 86 years old. Great, great guard with the Lakers. But had some affiliation with the Golden State Warriors for a while.
That was in management.
Huh?
In management.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. He's a California boy like me. I was born and raised in California, although I do prefer Colorado over California, just because of a lot of reasons.
Dude, here it says he was a 14-time All-Star, 10-time first-team All NBA, won a NBA title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had pretty outstanding numbers. I lost them, but
you know what?
So yeah, he was great.
It's all good because we could even easily just talk about what kind of, I love ambassadors of the sport that they're in. Jerry West. I mean, you want to talk about mad respect throughout the entire league. I mean, you know how you have players and stuff that when they retire and all that, they're like, he was kind of a jerk. You won't find anybody that says Jerry West. Not only that, remember how we like to mention, hey, guess what, folks? Smart people play sports too. And he is definitely a smart person. So, yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you can see, he lived. He was 86 years old, so he had a long life. He had a great career. So he'll be sadly missed. And I would guess that the Laker organization is probably mourning for sure, and the Warriors too. He was involved with the Warriors too. So.
Yeah, I heard that he was the reason why. Was it Kevin Durant ended up staying with the Warriors? They said if it wouldn't have been for him, he would have been gone. Or no, it's the shooter, Klay Thompson.
Oh, Klay Thompson. Yes, yeah, I saw that they were talking about Klay Thompson. Yeah, yeah, because not only that, he went through those horrible injuries. He got two. What are the odds that you tear your ACL on your left leg, and then the very next year you're practicing in the backyard with your dad, Michael Thompson, who played basketball, and
Right.
you tear the other ACL. So he had just recuperated from the one on the left, I believe, and then he had to deal with the one on the right. So that had to be an issue.
Right.
So, but anyway, so he was down, kind of down and out and stuff, and he said Jerry West was a big help in that. So
yeah. So
yeah, really, really sad, you guys. Hey, we got 5 minutes to 4:20. Kind of got a little. That's why it jumped on us so quick. But hey, I do want to say it looks like that Porzingis will not play tonight. He is day to day, but they kind of even mentioned what I said before. The head coach of the Celtics said, "Look, we're up 2 games to none. We're up 2 games. We're up 2 games to none. Had we been down 2 games to none, or maybe even tied, we might have thought of playing him. But honestly, why play him when that might only, injure further?"
And honestly, he got hurt in the first game and went out.
Yeah.
The second game as well. So I don't really know what his you know what I mean, what his contributions were for the games.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think it still depends on.
That's at 6:30 our time, 8:30 your time. So
it still depends if Kyrie Irving plays or not. That's what I think is the key.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, Luka Doncic, if he doesn't lead in every category in the playoffs so far, he's darn near close. Kyrie Irving, when they were playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, was blowing it up. He was getting 30, 32 points a game. And so I was like, remember what I said about the combination of Luka and Kyrie? If they're both going, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, seriously, I don't think you have a chance. The problem is it's just been Luka. So let's hope, though, that this doesn't happen. Let's hope that Kyrie doesn't blow it up and Luka doesn't, because he's still hurt, but he's for 25 years old, dude, he really does, whether you like him or not, he impresses me, because this guy at 25 years old knows how to even play with 3 different, he knows how to play with injuries. He knows how to be effective no matter how that's not easy to do. And the guy, it's funny, you need to watch some film of Larry Bird and then watch Luka Doncic. And you're like, oh my gosh, they even shoot that ridiculous falling backwards, leg straight up in the air thing, and it goes in. So, no, I would have to agree with you easily, Skunky, that if Kyrie, we could even for the fun of it too, I'm already going to pencil in that Luka's going to have 25 plus points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists. So he'll have another triple-double. But if Kyrie, if Kyrie can drop 30, I like their chances. You know that it's not just Kyrie, though. The other thing about Dallas, too, and when I was reading, I went, oh, yeah. They're also, like Boston, too, streaky three-point shooting team.
I saw a stat that said those were the second and third best three-point shooting teams in the league this year.
Yep. Well, and they it doesn't matter if they start off 1 for 8. They're going to keep shooting. Doesn't matter, And then they can easily drop 5 or 6 in a row. So.
Right. We had a coach that told us to shoot till we get hot in high school.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or at least, okay, a lot of times it's like, okay, if everybody shoots, then we're going to find out who's hot, and we'll go with them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like 4:20 somewhere in this wonderful world of ours is coming up. So, come on, Skunk. What else? Skunk. Well, I think we're going to
where I was raised, popping caps, sitting back, listening to the guitar play. This shade of blues unknown by a few, it rings inside of my head like they always do. Hype is filled, reality's killed, everything comes in twos, yeah. On the brain is a habit strain. Smoke lord, smiling rhyme. Yeah. Known on the plane as Miss Mary Jane. She'll get you every time. Ooh, but in the middle between the lines, smoke it rises to the top. I can't breathe, my brain is fried. I guess I'll cough till the lines stop. Human haze in a mental daze, down by the swamp where I was raised. I'm popping caps, sitting back, listening to the guitar play. Lines of the coloring books inside my head, beyond the shadow of a doubt. I can't remember what the fuck I said. Ooh, but in the middle between the lines, smoke it rises to the top. I can't breathe, my brain is fried. I guess I'll cough until the lines stop. In a mental daze, down by the swamp where I was raised. I'm popping caps in the back, listening to the guitar play. Yeah, this shade of blues unknown by a few, it rings inside of my head like they always do. Your pipe is filled, reality's killed, everything still comes in twos, while everything will fall on you.
All right. Hey, we're back with the Stoner Sports Report. This is Scott with Skunky. You there, Skunky?
I'm here. Yep.
Okay, can I hear you on my headset? Try it again.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. I got you. All right, hey, we're going to kick it off with some NBA news. The ongoing 2024 NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. The Celtics are leading the series 2-0 after winning Game 1 and Game 2. Game 3 is scheduled for tonight, June 12th, of course, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 here in Colorado, and will be held in Dallas. Porzingis had a standout performance in Game 1 for the Celtics, contributing significantly to their victory. In other NBA news, LeBron James honored Jerry West, who recently passed away at 86, calling him at 86, calling him a mentor and friend. For more updates, you can obviously visit NBA's official site, or always, is like I would, probably ESPN. So it looks like the game is about, well, since it's a 6:30, that means what? They're going to tip it off probably around 8:40 your time, something like that. And this is it as far as I'm concerned. If there is a NBA final series at all, then it's very obvious that the Dallas Mavericks somehow, some way, have to win. And I thought of something because they keep talking about it because they didn't do that well in Game 1 either. One of the things that bothers me in the NBA is when you don't make your free throws. I mean, They were like 11 out of 21, and the Celtics were like 18 out of 20. They lost by 8. They were down. They missed 7 points at the free throw line. So there is hope because if Dallas cleans it up, Dallas didn't get. I mean, like I said, still Boston's a great team. But Dallas had to play tougher teams to get there. In the East, let's be honest, there were a few teams in the East that were any good. I do have some updates from Major League Baseball for today.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they are.
While you were talking about LeBron, did you see where that UConn coach turned down the Lakers job for $10 million a year?
Yes, and you know what? I'm so glad. I'm glad you brought that up because honestly, Skunky, you rock. Because I was going to bring up a point that I mentioned about how surprised I was that Jim Harbaugh left Michigan after winning the national championship. By the way, that nobody thought he could, and then immediately go to the Chargers. To me, I would have said, look, I know that the NFL offers, because you also know they're going to continue. Okay, you think that's the only offer that he's going to get? No way. So if they don't win next year, there'll be another team. My point being, I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way when you leave a team that you work so hard to get a championship. Why don't you try to do it again the next year?
Money.
But that's what I'm saying is none of these guys are broke. Not only that, if you don't win the national championship next year, remember what the Lakers offered? I'll just throw out a team. I'll throw out a team. Suddenly he gets a call from the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay. Well, the Lakers offered me $10 million. I know. That's why we'll give you 11. I'm sorry you didn't win the championship. I really think Jim Harbaugh, let's say Harbaugh does not take the Chargers job. And Michigan, maybe it doesn't even matter if they even play well. The bottom line, they don't win the championship. Are you honestly going to tell me that nobody's going to call Jim Harbaugh from the NFL? He's going to get tons of calls. Being a head coach, there's jobs out there.
Right. So
okay.
I would guess, like any other worker, he is wanting to get the highest paying job he can get. That's what it's all about.
As long as, but yeah, I guess that's good. The difference between Harbaugh and the head coach of the Huskies, to him, it was more important. I mean, they even have a chance to three-peat, okay?
Yeah.
So, it's not like they won one in a row. They won one in a row. That's funny. They won 2. So I get that. But I think the biggest difference is you're right. Plus, I think Jim Harbaugh, his brother, I think he likes the limelight, if you will, I guess, more about being the head coach in the NFL. And maybe he just thought the Chargers job was too good of a job to pass up. But then you're talking about a team, and I don't mean to disrespect any Chargers fan, but that's a team with a not very big fan base to the point that's why they moved it from San Diego because there were more fans for the other team.
They
So I don't know.
they've got some decent players. They've got that Justin Herbert or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. No, I meant the Chargers. Heck, the Chargers playoff team. I just mean that.
There's another
as for
reason to
being-
go there.
There's another reason to go there. Plus, you're playing at SoFi Stadium. You're
Yeah.
sharing it with the Rams, but that's a gorgeous stadium. You're not playing outdoors. You're not playing in the cold. So all that stuff, a major bonus. Okay, hey, I do want to read some baseball news.
Okay.
It looks like Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants led his team to a 5-3 victory over the Houston Astros, throwing 6 solid innings and securing the series win. Webb outperformed Houston's Framber Valdez in a matchup top sinker ballers from MLB.com.
Huh.
And Edwin Diaz is returned. New York Mets closer Edwin Diaz is expected to be activated from the 15-day injured list on Thursday, tomorrow. And Diaz has been sidelined with a right shoulder impingement, but is set to resume his role as the team's closer.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh is generating significant buzz regarding the future in both college and professional football. Currently, the head coach at Michigan, Harbaugh, is reportedly considering a move back to the NFL. He recently hired Don Yes, who's a prominent agent known for representing top NFL personalities like Tom Brady and Sean Payton, signing a postcard transition from college to the NFL. And Harbaugh's name has been linked with several NFL teams.
Right. Well, I don't know. I when I first heard it, I didn't think he would go.
So there you go on that. And let's see.
Because he also played.
As they possess it, hang on. I'm getting news in it. Up to there's existing talent, especially with quarterback Justin Herbert, and the potential to the Super Bowl contender. However, the Bears are also there's also a possibility they possess significant cap space and potentially the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, offering Harbaugh a clean slate to build a new team, whether he will leave Michigan. Harbaugh's name has been linked with several NFL teams. The most frequently mentioned destination are the Los Angeles Chargers and the Chicago Bears. And of course, he took the Chargers. The Chargers seem to be a popular choice. He took
that's basically.
I'm just surprised that he left
Comes
Michigan.
up in like 25
I
different
really am.
little
I didn't think
messages.
he'd do that. I thought he'd at least try to, because if you follow what's been going on, Michigan has been getting clobbered by Ohio State, and the thought of them winning. There was even a time that Harbaugh was considered in trouble in Michigan because they were doing that bad. You know, they're a major got to beat the Ohio State team. They weren't doing that.
Yeah,
He turned it around. So I don't
Right.
know. But everybody's different. The NFL is the limelight. He was there, so he has experienced it. So I think the one thing, but I was just going to say that the coach of the Huskies did mention this a little bit. His biggest thing was he wanted to repeat, but what he did say was he also did say, and honestly, coaching the college kids, I kind of like that. They're eager to learn. They're eager to play. And I know his point to that. Remember, we talked about this before, that when you get to the big time, it's not like they're not eager to play. Some of them are not so eager to learn because, hey, man, I made it. I'm in the, I'm in the NFL now and stuff, and I know what I'm doing and kind of thing. And so it's a different. You hear every coach, you really do. You hear every coach that goes from the college to the pros. They say the biggest difference is dealing with the players. It's totally different. They all have agents. Sometimes you don't even talk to the player personally. You give a message to the agent, you give a message to him, give a message back kind of thing. And the college students, you obviously deal with them. Now, I do want to mention also, though, that college coaches have said it's kind of hard now because of this whole endorsement stuff. Remember how they can get money now and stuff? So it kind of makes college complicated. Do have an injury update. I do want to report several key players are making their way back from injuries. Among the Philadelphia Phillies, Bryce Harper and Houston Astros, Jose Altuve are notable for their respective teams' playoff pushes. Mets pitcher Kodai Senge, I hope I pronounced that correctly, also threw a successful bullpen session as he works his way back from injuries. So always good to hear players coming back. Bryce Harper. Mets pitcher
Same shit. It was they send it up in like 12 different paragraphs, and it's just a pain in the ass trying to figure out which paragraphs you've read and which one you haven't.
Well,
Skunky, what would you like to add?
well, I would like that.
You're gone now.
I see the Yankees are playing pretty well.
Okay, hang on. It's working again. So I didn't know if you were talking. So here, I'm having trouble with my headset, but I believe it's good now. What about the Yankees?
I say they're playing well. As usual, Aaron Judge is hitting the shit out of the ball. So they look pretty good. Yep.
Hey, you know, Aaron Judge, go ahead, Duff. I'm sorry.
So's Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani.
Who's not even the Dodgers. Now that just cracks me up. The Dodgers gave him all that money, but they already knew there was a stipulation he was not even going to pitch at all this year.
Right.
I mean, because everybody, and people, if you watch SportsCenter and all that stuff, the highlights of Ohtani is, and there it goes, 550 feet, freaking dude just crushes it. But here's what else the guy does. 102 miles an hour, I believe, and good. I mean,
Right.
So he is a good enough pitcher. To me, there is no question that if he didn't also play the outfield and all that, and just concentrated on pitching, I don't think it'd even be a surprise if he was the best pitcher in the league. And I'm serious on that. And as a hitter, here's what makes him amazing. As a hitter, if he doesn't pitch, I still put him as one of the top 10 hitters in the league. How many guys can do that? I mean, that's just because if you just watch him pitch, you're like, this guy's a great pitcher. Why does he hit? Then you see him at the plate and you go, oh, you know what else he can do? He also is one of the top 5 in assists. He has a cannon of an arm out there in right field, and he just accurate. He is the 100% just. You know what a 5-tool is? A 5-tool player, when they got at least 5 qualities that make them a major leaguer.
Right.
Well, you might as well call him like a 7-tool. I mean, he's that good.
Right.
He's an ambassador who's also impressed me that he has learned English, not well, but
Right.
he's well enough that he has said over and over. First off, he got jacked by his agent because he didn't speak good enough English. So
Right.
that probably gave him a reason to learn more. But I also like what he said. He said, look, well, he said that's exactly what he said. He goes, look, I live in America. There are a lot of young fans that look up to me, and I think it would be respectful if I don't have to have my interpreter tell them what I'm saying. And I'm like, right on, dude. So he wants to be able to talk to the kids, because he's an all-around great guy, and I've heard that from everybody, and that's why the whole thing with his agent really upset other players and stuff, because you massively took advantage of not only a nice guy, but didn't really understand English well enough to know that you were jacking him. It's like, so. But hey, he's fine. He signed a huge contract with the Dodgers, so money's not an issue anymore. He just learned his lesson. He won't, but he's speaking better English, which is going to massively help. It will lower his target status,
Right.
Oh yeah, hey, that's another thing that we could. That's a big thing, by the way. Agents get a lot of these, whether they be Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican Republic players, and help them out and all that stuff while they're skimming. You know what I mean? So
Sure. Yeah.
but that's a whole nother discussion. We didn't even mention I think you and I have kind of made it obvious that we think it's not over. I mean, Dallas has to turn it around, but I think we all think the Florida Edmonton Stanley Cup is over, don't we?
Yeah, I do.
I'm giving the impression too, and you mentioned a long time ago. You mentioned maybe even as early as no, you mentioned it when they were playing the Rangers.
Right.
How good Dabrowski's playing, and boy, you couldn't be more right about that.
That's what I was just telling the dudes. I said, man, but that could change just like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Something
think
going on. Hey,
wasn't the first game. Yeah, because trying to remember back, one of the games. You're right, because one of the games between Florida and the Rangers won in overtime, and it was like 5-4. They
yeah,
gave up 4 goals, and it was like what? And then I think it was right after that. It was like, okay, so now I'm going to give up 0.5 goals a game, and we haven't lost since. And
their defense tightened up as well. Yes.
all Dallas has to do. That's why I think we're maybe even subconsciously kind of like saying it's over. Dallas showed us, and they if you watch the 2 games, I mean, Dallas definitely can play better. But if you watch the Florida Edmonton series, to me at least looks like Edmonton is playing their hearts out. Couldn't be playing any harder. Saw the frustration in Connor McDavid stuff. So I think Edmonton's already given. That's what's kind of scary because I'm thinking as I'm talking, I think Edmonton's already given them their A game. And there you go. Dallas has not. I mean, I've watched enough Dallas this year that in the playoffs that Dallas hasn't. Especially those you miss 10 free throws.
Right.
What?
Well, dude, you can't have just one guy scoring. You know what I mean?
That's what's crazy. It's the Luka show. I mean, even LeBron. I don't care how good you guys think LeBron is. He always had somebody else, including Kyrie Irving with the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And I think about that, and I think about the difference. Even though I'm impressed with Luka, and at his age, I mean, dude, that's a mature 25-year-old. In fact, people, I guess, ask him all the time, "What are you, 30-something?" He's not. But what I think is missing, being a Warriors fan, and it wasn't too long ago. I remember the Cleveland Golden State finals. Golden State, we were up 3-1. It was over. LeBron even called out Kyrie in the press conference, and not only did he blow it up, but he hit the game-winning 3 to win the finals. LeBron had 2 guys on him, flipped it over to wide-open Kyrie, bang. My point being is I don't know. They haven't played that long together. I don't know the relationship Luka and Kyrie have. So I don't know how much pumping up Luka can do with Kyrie. So I would think, considering how long of a veteran Irving is, considering he played with his last team he played with was the Celtics and they're booing him, I would think even without Luka saying anything, the professional that he is, I expect him to be telling himself, I got to step my game up straight up. I mean, I'm averaging 14 points.
Yeah, I heard him say
you got to be 25 plus, huh?
I heard him say that. He knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
And these are all, he's been in the league for a decade. I know for a fact it's at least 12 or some odd years.
Dude, he seems to cause a bunch of shit wherever he goes. LeBron got rid of him here, and I think that was because he was messing with LeBron's mother. And then in Boston, him and the mascot run out and stomped in the middle of the circle or something. That's why they're booing him there.
Well, and he also, remember, was missing work. He stayed out of playing for a while because of George Floyd and stuff like that. Remember? So we're not going to get political. So we just say that had, that was a big thing with Kyrie. So there were just things about, whether remember Allen Iverson practice. Well, they say that Kyrie sometimes, didn't go all out of practice. But I mean,
Kyrie's not Allen Iverson.
No, he's not.
So
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is one heck of a guard, and my hope is because I want a series, I really do. And Kyrie Irving he's still got game. I watched enough of, like I said, he's still got game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping and but my gut feeling though, I don't want to come across like I am thinking that he'll step it up, and I do think Dallas will find a way to win tonight, and that will make Game 4 more interesting because in Boston we'll say, well, then we need to play Porzingis. And if Dallas were able to win that game too, then that'd be cool because then the series would be tied. But from what I've seen the first two games, I'm still going to take Boston, even though I had Dallas in the beginning. I just didn't. And I also didn't realize Luka was that banged up, but he doesn't look like it. You watch it, but they keep talking about his injuries. So I don't know. I'm just thinking on the Florida Edmonton series. I mean, I'd be surprised if Edmonton came back in that.
Do you know who is favored in the basketball game tonight? Or when is it tonight?
Still is the Celtics. Yeah, the Celtics were favored to win the whole thing, but there still is the Celtics that are favored.
Tonight?
Even without, yes, and it's on at 6:30.
Wow. That's pretty hard to believe.
Really? I mean,
favored
they blew. Well, Boston went 64-18. Boston had one of the top 10 records of all time. I mean, the Warriors went 73-9, but they went like 64 and trying to do the math. That's 64-18. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
but
they're
2-0. That's all.
They're consistently favored. Plus, you know how many games Boston's won in a row in the playoffs? 9.
So, with that being said, that puts the odds against them of winning 10. So.
I'm going with Dallas. Yeah, I'm going with Dallas. I think 9 wins in the playoffs is maybe as far as they're going to be able to do that. So, hey, unsports related, but I was just thinking that we're excited. We're going to there's this place called here in the Springs called the Roadhouse Cinema, and it's totally cool because what it is you go in there and instead of chairs, they literally have recliners that go back. They bring you big old bowls of popcorn. You can order off the menu if you want, and you watch this movie on this absolute huge screen. And we're going to see the new Bad Boy movie, the new Bad Boys movie.
Oh yeah!
Did you see anything about it or watch the trailer?
I saw a commercial of it today. Yeah,
it looks kind of funny because Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are much older now, so there is a couple lines where they say, "We're getting too old for this shit."
Well.
I like the first two. Plus, we're entertaining our friends from the United Kingdom, so they wanted to go, so we're going to go do that. So I do need to.
Are they being from the United Kingdom? Are they whatever they call it over there, soccer?
I believe they call it foosball. I believe, but no, since they don't even mention it, they're not into sports.
They're not fans. All right.
They're not into sports. That's more you and I and our tons of fans out there. So,
right.
But so we're excited to go do that. So as soon as we're done here, we're going to go do that, and we're looking forward to it. So it's a really cool place, man. It's like you sit in recliners and watch a movie. So that's cool.
Actually. Yeah.
So what's going on else? We got a few more minutes in the world of sports we could chat about, or we could we've done enough recapping, and that game's going to start pretty soon anyway. So, got anything else you want to mention, Skunky?
Dude, I don't. The U.S. Open's this weekend, and
you're breaking up.
Scotty Scheffler, they're picking to win it.
Okay, and they played. So what? How far are they on the first round?
No, they don't start till tomorrow.
Oh, they don't start till tomorrow. And the Open is in.
It's at Pinehurst Country Club, I believe, in North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of.
Yeah, it looks like a rough one. So.
Yeah, I know it's not much of a. Although Happy Gilmore, I think is hilarious.
Yeah,
that movie cracks me up.
Yeah. Hey, we were talking.
Hey.
We were talking about.
Hang on, I do have something here. Hang on, Skunky. I do have something.
There we go.
Search 5 sites here. The latest updates from the U.S. Open Golf Championship, the 124th U.S. Open, will be held at Pinehurst Resort and Country Club in North Carolina from the
Yes.
13th to the 14th. So tomorrow, we'll start the prestigious event. Country Club in North Carolina, the prestige will feature the golfers from around the world competing for one of the sport's
Most coveted titles.
honored with Tiger Woods will be awarded the Bob Jones Award by Woods will be awarded the Bob Jones Award by the USGA, recognizing the significant impact on the game of golf. The ceremony will take place ahead. 15-time major champion, but previously won the U.S. Open 3 times. Despite his many accomplishments, he is currently not eligible to compete in the tournament.
Oh, I thought he was in. Huh. Well, good. That we don't need to see
Tiger
him.
Woods, mentioned that he'll win the award, and the ceremony will take place ahead of it. But yeah, it sounds like he won't be able to compete.
I'll be dang.
Woods, a 15-time major champion, had previously won the U.S. Open 3 times. Despite, though, his many accomplishments, he is currently not eligible to compete in the tournament.
He lost his player's card.
Lost his player's card. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, even not being a golf fan, if you will, I would put Tiger Woods up there with the names that you could mention around the world. Like, ever heard of Michael Jordan? Absolutely. Ever heard of Kobe Bryant? Absolutely. I think seriously, if you said ever heard of Tiger Woods? Absolutely. There's a few guys in sports that I think you could say their name throughout the world and people have heard of them. And I'm kind of thinking Tiger. I'm kind of thinking LeBron James. You know, I think there's certain names, if not the world, a lot of people have heard of him. And Tiger once again that I always mention about ambassadors of the game.
Well,
Tiger Woods, no question, was an ambassador of the game. So.
Yeah, there's also Jack Nicklaus in golf, so that's a tough
absolutely. One. Hey, the Golden Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, went to Cal. Yeah, Jack's pretty big in it. But then again, you got Tiger. You see, California, you got Tiger from the who played at Stanford, another Bay Area guy. So you got Tiger, Jack. Yeah, no, I just mean that Tiger Woods, and the name helps too to be memorable.
Right.
When Tiger Woods was playing, you can research it. There were big crowds.
Sure,
there were big crowds. Yeah, to see Tiger. How about my man? I got one for you. How about my man that when he'd make a shot, remember what Chichi Rodriguez would do?
Right. Putter.
Yeah, people like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the greatest football player ever, Al Bundy. 4 touchdowns in the high school championship game.
You know what? I didn't even get the name. You're totally breaking up.
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Try again.
Al Bundy. I don't think it's me. I'm not sure. It's down there.
Anyway.
He's got it written there.
Al Bundy.
Yay.
Yay.
Greatest player ever, bro. Shit. Hold high.
I love the football names. Like, come on, man. Dick Buttkiss.
Right.
Mike Ditka, even. John Matuzak.
Yeah.
Lyle Alzado. It just sound like football names,
Yeah. Yeah. Jamar, not so much.
Go ahead.
Jamar does not sound like a football name.
Well, hey, you know what? When you said Jamar and your boy, Jamar Chase. He's a stud. I mean, that dude is a straight up stud wide receiver. And I don't know what happened to the Bengals last year.
Right.
He had 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns in the high school championship.
Then he meant pay you, that bitch. Nutty man.
All right. Well, hey, it looks like we just got a couple minutes. So, just kind of recapping. Of course, tomorrow, guys, first off, we have game 3 starting in 40 minutes, something like that, between the Dallas Mavericks and Boston Celtics. Interestingly enough, Boston is in Dallas. So they won 9 straight. I'm also with Skunky that, streaks have to end. I do have Dallas. It should be an intriguing game, especially without Porzingis playing. It gives Dallas that should actually help Kyrie Irving maybe get some more layups because there's one less tree. And Porzingis is a tree. I mean, that dude's a tree. So
Right.
I think Boston will miss him a little bit. They're still a great team, but I do got Dallas. And I wish I had. I'm not sure when does Edmonton? Do they have another day off? When is it Edmonton and Florida? Is that tomorrow night or is that not Friday?
I'm thinking it's what the hell is today? I think it's Thursday.
Well, that would be tomorrow, and we might even get our research person see when does because it's in Edmonton.
Right.
And
Pretty sure
I'm using my phone, so. But
Right.
I'm thinking, okay, so they played. Here's how we can figure it out. They played Tuesday night, right?
Thursday.
Yeah, it can't be them. I can't believe they'd only have 2 since they're traveling to Edmonton. I'm thinking it's on Friday.
Man,
That's
now that I think about it, I thought I saw something that said Saturday.
It could. You know what? Now that you said that,
What
yep,
the hell?
I'm thinking that too. It could be all the way Saturday because or do they? Yeah, can you look it up real quick? We got a couple minutes.
I don't know if I can do it quick, but I can look it up. What is it, game 3?
We have our research teams checking. Everybody's pushing buttons and stuff.
Yeah,
I thought I saw what you saw too on Saturday, but
yeah, also. You think that
Anyway.
thing ain't tell you when you look.
oh, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Game 3 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Finals between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. The game will take place tomorrow, so that's
Yeah.
cool. So that means we got tonight, and then we got tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we're not talking about the series being over in the finals, and then hopefully Friday morning we're not talking about the Stanley Cup Finals being over. But let's have one of these. Let's have one of these two have a series. Because I'd be really, if they were both sweet, and we don't want, either team, I think, unless you're a Boston Celtics fan or a Florida Panthers fan. Heck, if you're a Florida Panthers fan, they've never won the Cup. I think they could care less. They would love to sweep them. So,
For sure.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Right on.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that's about wraps it up, huh?
I'm thinking so too, and like I said, we're gonna. And of course, I'll give you. I know it's not sports related, but obviously, I will let you know tomorrow what we thought of the movie, and I have a feeling that we're gonna have a really good time. So,
Right on.
all right,
Yep. All right, dude.
all right,
Y'all in.
all right, you
This
guys.
production is brought to you by DHBN. WTHC